Alright, so green, red Sarkhan. This is one of the many standard decks that you can find up on my website if you're ever looking for sweet things there. This is a mid-range aggressive deck, so we're kind of aggressive leading with cards like Bonecrusher and Spellbreaker and Questing Beast. We also have a little bit of value mid-range in Vivien and Sarkhan. We've got some closing power at the top end with Embercleave and Hellkite as well. I've liked this Gruul build in a post-Once Upon a Time world. When Once was legal, you couldn't really justify playing a bunch of Planeswalkers, so you wanted just maximum good hits for your Once Upon a Times. But with Once Upon a Time no longer being a thing in this format, I think these cards really shine. Vivien especially allows us to leverage Arboreal Grazer really well, so generally this card has a lot of downside if you're trying to do something aggressive, but the fact that this is just a body for Vivien to stack a bunch of 1/1 counters on was super relevant last time we played. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. So this hand is a land in our first 3 draws away from like the Stone Cold Nuts. This is turn 2 Domri, turn 3 Sarkhan. If we hit our land drop here. And I get to play Domri, have Grazer kill Innkeeper.
No peace. My wild beasts will bring your comeuppance.
So if we draw a land, Domri's plus lets me drop Sarkhan next turn. Second Embercleave was a real bad draw. I'm going to trade these here if they attack. Untapped land, please. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Oh, Magic the Gathering. They have a Murderous Rider here. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble. That is fair, Gregor. As far as non-land draws were concerned, Questing Beast was towards the top. I mean, Domri can help you cast a non, Alright, so they're dirtling around here. I know they don't really have time to dirtle here.
I was raised by wolves, though they might have also just been big dogs.
Missing our third green source for Vivien here, unfortunately. When the turn 3 Questing Beast is the disappointing play, you're just like, oh. Yes, yeah, Questing Beast is really good against all the cards they played so far. Alright, green source here would let Vivien kill the Lovestruck Beast. That's lethal, alright? Not quite lethal. They have to trade this. Because this can't attack this turn. No, not heard of it at all, Master. Do I just take that attack? Nah, if I make them take this trade and they have a removal spell for Sarkhan, I end up in a really bad spot. I mean, if they can't kill Sarkhan, I win anyways, right? They're looking for Murderous Rider. Could have attacked and then cleaved. How? This mana, your mana pool empties when you change phases. So I was only able to play Sarkhan because this made mana during my main phase. Alright, so they're dead on board.
I summon you.
Big fan of only playing spells we can legally cast. Yep. Yep. Alright, some cheap removal sounds good here. Do I care enough about their clovers to bring in Brontodon? I'm not sure I really want to pay 4 mana to trade for that, honestly. Let's try this. Sad you didn't Embercleave the Domri seems like his jam. I didn't want to give up information. They could probably assume we're playing Embercleave, but we are playing a little bit Gruul build that's a little bit off the beaten path, so I think it's worth concealing that info a little bit. Punished for bottoming the land. O3 seem pretty good against what our opponent's doing. This is actually something that came up in a number of the games we played with this deck last time. Arboreal Grazer just being an O3 that enabled cheaper Embercleaves was just like, yeah, okay, that's great. It's like Ram Spell that like made my sword super cheap. They definitely should have attacked with this, right? Gained 2 life by running into my O3. It's like standard Burning Emissary. God, it just won't go away, chat. It just won't go away. Please stop. Alright, third time's the charm. Get out of here. I guess with that play, if they have a removal spell, they can kill my Vivien here. Get Ulamog with their minus. Yeah, about that. Put 2 counters here, so that way if they want to attack these in to kill Vivien, they lose one of them.
Hey, if I were you.
Maybe I'm just supposed to sword there to play around Finality. we get finality here, we're kind of dead. Maybe I'm supposed to have played around that. Cleveland's nice this time of year, opponent. Butterfly, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. B, aggressive. B-E, aggressive. I was going to debate the merits of putting it on Bonecrusher versus the Spellbreaker. Like, putting it on the Bonecrusher means they can have a removal spell, which is potentially relevant. Vivien making Grazer a battle sloth. Rawr. The sloth is very good, to be fair. I'm gonna pass here. So I get to Bonecrusher Giant, crush something this turn, and then next turn I can go Domri plus play Grazer. I'm actually just gonna take a hit here because if they play Stormfist Crusader, I want to be able to kill that. Fervent Champion and Paradise Druid. Wonder if they're playing Green-Red Adventures. Maybe have some Rimrock Knights.
Duels are for personals. The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
I almost never get to cleave anymore because they usually concede. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 beep 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 do 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 do. Yeah, 4-mana Domri. 4-mana Domri's a fun card. I miss playing him in the climb deck. Variations like that. Alright, so I think we just Questing Beast. Attack to start. They could trade 2 for 1 here if they want. Do I kill their Paradise Druid? I think so.
That's the sound of a stampede coming straight at you.
The sound of a stampede. Stampede of Arboreal Grazers, chat. Got a Collision Colossus here? Alright, yep. Pretty happy to clear that out before we draw Sarkhan. It's a slow, chonky stampede. Was that a good one? If so, why, right? Yeah, there'll be dragons. No second red from the opponent yet, of note. Alright, sweet. So we get to eat a 3/3 here, and then Sarkhan dies.
Come on, I will consume you.
Deal.
Nothing like a bit of violence, man. No more getting pushed around.
No more getting pushed around. Can fit so many dragons in here. Alright, get on board. This is a very important match, chat. We're currently fighting for Gruul dominance. Just gather empirical evidence of the superior Gruul deck. Oko's the body equalizer. Everybody's an elk. You're an elk, and you're an elk. Alright, this means they're not dead on board. Because this hits me, kills Domri, which takes a point of attack away from this. They go to 1. Which gives them a chance to draw something to, Is Oko communism? Asking the real questions. Damn socialist planeswalkers. Roar. Yeah! Heads in the bin. Heads in the bin. Heads in the bin. I love when it dies while the animation's still going. It's my favorite. Redcap Melee sounds good. I actually think this card's probably not very good in this matchup. Against their questing beasts and stuff. Ambush sounds great. I don't think I want more Thrashing Brontodons, but the first 2 sound fine. Maybe I do want more because they kill opposing Clevelands. I'll split questing beasts and Brontodon 3/3. Drag the curve down a little. Brontodon lines up pretty well against their goblins, I suppose, as a consideration. We're putting Domri in the sideboard in order to ambush them at sorcery speed. Shishisha. You know, we kind of got through most of what I wanted to get through today at a quick rate. Maybe we'll play Red-Black Fires again today as a 5th deck. I might do that. Italian Gaming, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'll just do one more after this. Play this for another hour or so, and then wrap up on that. Well, this was a good one yesterday. I do enjoy cheesing people. A little Druid of our own, as far as non-land draws go, that one's pretty good. Like to draw lands for the next 2 to 3 turns now. Hey chat, you ready to see us end their entire career? You ready? Are you ready for this? Just kneecap them. This is the part where they kill our Paradise Druid because we also missed on a land drop and we just get real sad. This is This is where the magic happens, chat. Magic the Gathering. Incredibly low variance, high skill game. Alright, whew. Take 4, kill your thing. Harsh, but fair. If they have another ambush, we're probably dead here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna recover from a second ambush here. Take 6 here. Alright, take the third one on the play. It's a rough beat. Hey, Icy Wambat, thanks for re-upping your Prime support this way. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday wherever you're at. How many shillings is it to bump a deck? The deck bumps are 10,000, 30,000, and 50,000. And you get more value on your deck bump the longer you wait. So a 10,000 shilling deck bump bumps 1 point, a 30,000 bumps 5 points, and a 50,000 bumps 10 points. Just for comparison's sake. Just gonna go ahead and stomp their face. I'm gonna play Bonecrusher Giant out next turn. As my 3-drop. Yeah, this card's super powerful. Oh, wow. That's their play? Alright, we're done here. Crunch. Houmph. This is why I boarded out my Domris in this matchup. This is why we boarded out my Domris. Oh, Sarkhan. Oh, Sarkhan. Are we done here? Feels like we're done here. Do 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 do. Boop boop do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, green red Sarkhan, well on its way to dragging us, kicking and screaming back up the ladder that we spewed on blue black control. Confirmed superior girl deck. Easy mulligan. Alas, we are not playing Mythgard, so we need to mulligan for some lands. Spewed on blue. A+ band name. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll bottom these two. if this deck draws enough cards for me. It's definitely got, like, good smashy power, but I tend to like aggro decks that I have a little bit more play to them than this one. Like, this deck is very much, these are my cards, I hope they're good enough. It's, like, fine for running up the ladder, but I wouldn't want to, like... Decks like this have to be really good for me to be willing to register them for a tournament. Yeah, they also started on 5. Feels Flash, man. Anyone wanna place bets? Are any of these spells gonna resolve? I'm feeling they're about to quench our thirst. One of them will. I like the optimism, Don. We need more optimists in today's world. It'll resolve and then return to your hand. That's probably the realistic answer, Gengar. It'll resolve and then get bounced. It's the part where they play Nightpack Ambusher, we could just never win. I would not be surprised if this deck has an awful Flash matchup. We have a lot of really chonky cards. Smells like fish. Yep. Yeah, but like, turn 2 Domri is pretty unlikely, and we don't actually have that many creatures. This is the part where they cast Nissa and we lose. Yeah, so like, Shifting Ceratops isn't actually that good in this matchup, because Nissa doesn't care about your Shifting Ceratops. Aether Gust also frequently just doesn't care about your Shifting Ceratops. So like, this card really addressed a lot of the issues the Flash deck had. Hydrate Graces also goes a long way. So the Sarkhan decks felt good, but I just wouldn't be surprised if this matchup's close to unwinnable. So they have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. They can cast an 8/8 Hydrate Graces this turn.
The land fights for us.
10/10 if they have a land. Easy block. No Graces at least. Glass half full. Ever been a good Dimir deck in my time playing Magic? Blue-black control was competitive during Skar's Innistrad, I think? Maybe? Yeah, counter. Frilled Mystic your thing, untap play Nissa is very good. Very, very good. So, I'm going to bring my Ceratopses in. I've got 4 of them in the board, but I expect this to be an example of why Ceratops is not enough here. This card's really bad against Brazen Borrower, and expensive cards are not great against counterspells. Yeah, when they have Accelerate, counter your thing on 3, Nissa on 4. Just to again put my position on the board so people understand where I'm at in terms of card evaluation. I think they banned Oko for crimes Nissa ultimately committed. I really hope we see them in Historic experiment with letting us play Oko and getting rid of Nissa. I think that would be... I would really like Historic to feel a little bit unique from Standard, and I think that would be a good way to differentiate it. I believe they're coming with tomorrow's patch, Volatank. So tomorrow morning there's supposed to be a client patch, but they didn't actually post the dates anywhere in the article. Things that weren't mentioned in the update. Mention of the friends list, as well as when the changes were going to take effect. Why don't we just ban 1-mana Accelerants? I also think that would be fine. Also think that would be fine. Quench me, daddy. Afternoon Empty Hex. Do I have a hot take on Brawl costing gems? I mean, my lukewarm take is they see Magic Online taking $10 from people to play 5 matches, and they want to try and expand into that territory with Magic Arena. I'm sure they just feel like they can stand to make a pile more money by doing something like that. And let's be honest, they're probably correct, huh? Just, I have no personal stake in Brawl. I could care less about it. But if you personally are invested in Brawl and you don't like them gating it behind a paywall, the worst thing you can do is give them money. So if you are not happy with the decision they've made about Brawl, don't give them money to play it. If people pay money to play in that Brawl queue, that's going to become something that they're going to do consistently. Yeah, the don't pay them part is arguably more important than the complaining on social media part. They need to not get paid off for their decision. Yeah, it doesn't, what you say on social media doesn't matter if you continue to give them money. That's just how capitalism works. Just can never beat an Isser, second Hydrate Graces, right? Really? The changes coming to MTGO made my eyes glaze over. I don't know why things have to be so complicated. So, the latest set of changes to MTGO kind of just cements in my mind that Magic players are never happy. I heard a bunch of people complaining about Magic Online and like the new setup, and honestly, the new setup for Magic Online, in my opinion, makes a lot of sense and is very straightforward. They even gave you a flowchart to explain it to. Like, there's systems that are trying to do a lot of things have to have some depth to them. So yeah, it took a little bit to explain it. What's our best draw? Right-click Concede, I believe. Yeah, you just never beat Hydrate Graces. And this matchup seems pretty unwinnable. I guess Ceratops could have been okay there because it is protection from blue. I agree. I know there's some set of like basement dwelling grinders who like want to play every PTQ possible and don't mind PTQs being like 9 and 10 rounds, but like the PTQs costing qualifier points now will hopefully make them 7 rounds or maybe even less, which means like I might actually make a point to play them on occasion. There actually hasn't been that much flash today, Spank Weasel. I think your sample bias has been a little bit unfortunate for you. Yeah, Nox has basically just gone full Scorched Earth. It's great. it's kind of amusing as someone who's been here a long time to see like the newer people coming in and like starting to step in it and just like realizing like this is how things work. It's like, oh my sweet summer children. If you only knew. This is business as usual. Yeah, I'm actually really interested to see which people end up jumping ship to Runeterra. I would bet money that a non-zero number of people that picked up Magic that came from other games are going to be moving off. Honestly, as someone who has zero intentions of playing Runeterra, I hope Runeterra is wildly successful, if for no other reason than it should kick Wizards' butt into gear and make them realize if they don't actually invest in their product, they're going to lose people. Runeterra is the new digital card game coming out from League of Legends. Uses the League of Legends IP. So, the League of Legends IP is absurdly large, so it's guaranteed to be successful. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Riot, and like Magic, like Wizards is Wizards, but like I've known Wizards as Wizards for a long time, so like I'm not really going anywhere. I'm planning to be here streaming Magic for as long as people will have me here streaming Magic. To set a low bar, it has better gameplay than Artifact. I have heard that feedback. I did see that they plan to do some innovations regarding the monetization of their game, which is good. This is definitely, monetization being more consumer friendly would definitely be a good thing. Did I forget to block with Grazer last turn? I had a free block with Grazer last turn and I took one. So the reason why I missed my block with Grazer is because I'm stupid. For those wondering. Questing Beast is great here because it can trade with Knight of the Ebon Legion. Oh, Rabner. It's okay. Stuff happens. I mean, to be fair, if my 4-drop traded with their 1-drop, they would have spent 4 mana on it, right? So in terms of, like, tempo and resource exchange, that's identical. All right, I do not want to trade Questing Beast for Venerable Knight, so I'm just going to play Paradise Druid and pass here. If they draw Embercleave at any point, we're probably just dead. If they don't draw Embercleave, like, in the next turn or two, these dragons can take over. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? What? Their knights seem scarier all of a sudden. Their knights are so much scarier, chat. Well. This is 9, 13, 14. Yeah, I'm just dead, right? Lieutenant Man, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. A mass, eh? Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, we're going to trim some of our top end here. Do I need Cleave to close games out? Not sure that I do. Nice, Niv. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, Bulkwort was a good addition to that list for sure. I think Domri's a little clunky. Probably don't want 4 questing beasts. Yeah, I'll leave 1 in. Let's give it a try. Okay, in. Don't you want to ramp now? Don't you want to ramp now? Dun 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 bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 dun 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 dun.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
These are my 1/3s. There are many like them, but these ones are mine.
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
Crunch. Sloths get to like reach up and choke this Vanguard when it attacks, which is great. Sure. Oh, that's pretty good. Punish for not stomping sooner.
Oh, there'll be nothing but dust when I'm done.
I'll offer the 2-for-1 here, I think. This opens the Sky Knight up to being able to attack here. Domri gets to eat another one here.
That's the sound of a stampede coming straight at ya.
So we're just like super dead to cleave here. Never not dead to cleave. All right, discarding a land's a good sign. Could mean their other card's bad too. Whenever they discard a spell to Rotting Registrar, it's just like, oh god, we're so dead. That slow sinking feeling. Attacking Domri is real good, because it means that they don't have a thing.
I bow to no one.
So I'm gonna go Spellbreaker plus Grazer on Rotting Regisaur here. And then I can put this here. And then I can go Bonecrusher this, Bonecrusher finish this. So, like, they cleaned out my Planeswalker, but I'm gonna, like, clean out their board and have some Giants left over. Sweet. There's, that is, Teamer Battle Rage insurance, some Embercleave insurance. Sweet. Faded the sword there for a little bit. Felt good. Definitely in for 4 Brontodons. Gosh, do I want Fry? I like the first copy of Fry. I guess Questing Beast makes me want, or Register makes me want Questing Beast. I'm bringing 1 copy of Fry since they're on Loxodon. Brontodon's the ticket out of Cleveland, yep. Isn't that just what everybody wants, chat, to get out of Cleveland? I think Domri's better than Sarkhan. Maybe. They don't have that much removal. And, like, I feel like a lot of the time when Domri's good, it means I have a board. And if I have a board... I know Domri was good that game. Well, that's incredibly rude. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes and Scorching Dragonfire this now before they get to Loxodon next turn. Play a red card. I'd like to kneecap you, please. Maybe killing that's wrong with Sarkhan, since Sarkhan does 1 damage to all attackers. Could see that. I think I'm okay with this trade. Just takes their whole turn. Behold! Board seems pretty good for us. I heard this is a game where I want Sarkhan to make another dragon. Feels possible. Well, as far as draws go, that's a pretty good one.
Listen to them, come on.
So Sarkhan dies regardless of how I block here. I think I just block in a way to eat their stuff. So I would love to draw a Questing Beast here or another Sarkhan. Do 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 beep do 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 do. Well, they did ban Field and Historic. Sorry, they've suspended it. So starting tomorrow, your fields will no longer be legal. I'm gonna keep this on the play. It's a little bit slow. I think I definitely mulligan on the draw, but I think Field and Oko should be given a chance in Historic. I hope those cards don't ultimately end up banned after their suspension is over. Once and Veil can stay gone forever. Those cards are just like total stains and should just be deleted from Magic. Let's just forget they were ever printed. Yeah, they left Wilderness Reclamation and Kisses. So, like, that's leaving Reclamation and Kisses is a decision. All right, this Hellkite's probably about to be really good. Yeah, the strict combo part of Kisses isn't necessarily why it's great. Yikes. Oh, I get to Domri kill this next turn, right? The fact that Kisses has a fair backup plan is a big deal. Oh, Loxodon. Bring in your comeuppance. I have a lot of power in play, huh? I block a 3-power dork, and I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 here. Are we dead? Oh, God. They have another Loxodon? That's even worse. Yikes. Yeah, I agree that would be good, Perry. I'd be pretty surprised if they do that, though. It'd be a pretty big deviation. And Magic players, like most humans, hate change. I actually tweeted that idea this morning, and there were a lot of people that responded that were not particularly excited. Yeah, White Weenie's definitely not an archetype that's really been around much lately. Bringing our Fries and our other cheap removal down here. Probably don't need that many Questing Beasts. I agree that their draw was very strong. I don't know about best possible, but certainly above average. Sure, let's draw a green source. Nope. Flame Sweep is the removal card at the moment. Bonecrusher, not particularly apt at blocking on this board. Sarkhan's text box is looking kind of appealing here. With the 5th land guaranteed, I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and double removal spell this turn, I think. And I'm gonna do it now, just in case, so they can't get value off a Convoke spell, or like play something like Rally the Wings. We got 1 card left. We're pretty far ahead on board, so... They have a removal spell for the dragon. They can kill the Sarkhan, but then I think we're still winning the race with Bonecrusher and Domri here. Giant Killer's pretty good. Kill the Giant Killer because it's a pseudo removal spell here. Yeah, Sweltering Suns is really good. We played that a bunch in Pioneer. It's kind of like the 3 mana that or Anger of the Gods, depending on if you want to hedge graveyard decks or not. All right, that's the easy game. The game where we're on the play against the aggro deck. Now we got to try and win one on the draw. Gosh, am I supposed to board in some Shifting Ceratops because they have reach? I'm gonna do that, actually. They have a lot of random flyers. What do we end up naming the dragon? I don't think we picked the name for the dragon. I mean, he's a bad PlayStation 2 animation, so it's basically, it has to be Spyro the Dragon, right? It's our little Spyro. Pleb the Dragon. Pleb because he was free. That's true. He is a plebeian pet. This hand's great. See your flyers get past the mighty Arboreal Grazer. Shake the trees, chat. He's coming for you. Another removal spell sounds great. Can play Spellbreaker on 2 as a 4/4 to get a little frisky, and then we got double removal spell for 3. Put it on the double tapped land opener, which seems real good for us against their aggro deck. Making it a 4/4 wrong since we know they have giant killers. Yeah, because we're not blanking giant killer, Sunshine. So, like, making a decision like that makes sense if you know you're always going to be playing around it. But, like, I literally have a bunch of other 4-power things in my hand. So, like, in the long term, I'm not really playing around anything. I don't have counterplay to giant killer. I just got to work through them. Yeah, I think so, Sufa. I think Domri just feels like what Kiora does a little bit better because Domri's like a utility card. Basically, I think I'd rather have... Actually, let's just let this resolve and then we'll Scorching Dragonfire it. Yeah, because it's exiles, right? Yeah. I don't know. Thank you for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Land's a great draw, get some Scorch Marks there, cast this. And then I'd be surprised if they have enough removal to cover all these Bonecrusher Giants. Eventually one of these will stick and run them down. The stomping shall continue until morale improves. Oh gosh. They have a Loxodon. That reason the Loxodon's a great way for them to catch up here. Think they can just race here? This is really good for us. Maybe I'm supposed to stomp the Tithe Taker, because Tithe Taker can trade for a Bonecrusher. Yeah, maybe that's the right line. Holy crap. Oh, Loxodon's just been really good out of their deck. Alright, so Domri plus Vivien.
Civilization has crept too far. Tear it down.
What if I, like, give 2 of the Bonecrushers 1/1, and then do I pump the brakes? I think I'm supposed to pump the brakes, huh? And yeah, we just can't beat another formation. I could, like, attack here, but, like, my board's just gonna get bigger every single turn, right? So I think we just, like, do this, pump the brakes for a second, like, see what happens. So I'm guaranteed to get a little value for my Planeswalkers each turn, and they're not. You can always find out what my thoughts are on the most recent bannings in Magic by typing !bans in chat. Try to keep that up to date. So they have a Conclave Tribunal or another Loxodon here. If they have another Loxodon, it's not even that good because they just die. Conclave Tribunal could potentially be annoying, though, because they can take my Vivien off the table, which is my source of sustained added board presence. That's aggressive. That's aggressive. All right. Can I kill them? So if I fight a 3/3, I have a total of 14 attacking. Yeah, they're dead, right? Because I go fight here, and then these are 7 with trample, and this is another one. So they'd go block a token here to trade, and then they have 4 other toughness. Yeah, right? I think they're dead. This fights this.
I'm finished here. There'll be nothing left but dust.
And then these 2 have trample. Yeah. So this would block here, and then they have 6 toughness, and they're taking 14 trample, and 14 minus 6 is 8. This is exactly lethal. So they actually just, like, took an attack that left them on board dead. Sick. Tight game. Man, I can't believe we beat that unbreakable formation. Yeah, I think they definitely should have killed Vivien on that attack. They definitely should have killed it. They obviously didn't count, right? Because that was all on board. They could have known that attack was gonna happen. Hey, Jonesy, life's going all right. I'm still here doing the magic stuff, as long as they'll keep me around. Yeah, and they only had 3 lands, and they had all gas after that. Obviously, the reason why they kept their hand that had double tapped lands is because the rest of their stuff was good. Opponent very clearly not used to block. To be fair, their mono white deck probably doesn't block particularly often. Yeah, this is fine. We have Bonecrusher to stomp onto you, and then plenty of good 3-drops. Bottom of the Fabled Passage here on the mulligan. I'm here until the end of time. I would love to be here until the end of time. I am fortunate to enjoy my job, and I would like to continue doing it. Rob this. Ugh. Alright, so if they go land robber, they'll have 4 cards, so we'll do this. Yep. Take 4, enjoy. Going to 16, tie game. I did not hacksaw. Do we appear in your dreams? I don't really dream. Mostly just pass out. I have 2 small children. I don't really have time to dream.
Nothing like a bit of violence. Come and destroy.
Why not fight the knight? Because they could pump it. They had Swamp Double Mountain open. Your kids sleep until 9 or 9:30 a.m. Lucky duck. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need, this is not gonna be a game where 4 spells will do it. Especially where one of those spells is a Grazer. Use a Planeswalker or 2. My children, Declan woke me up at 3:15 a.m. this morning and asked if he could watch TV, and I told him to go back to bed. And then, like clockwork, he poked me again at 5:15 a.m. and asked if he could watch TV again, at which point I told him sure. Usually after 5 a.m. is when I let them get up. They usually go to bed like 7:30, so if he sleeps till 5 a.m., that's, 9 or 10 hours. They are unrelenting and merciless. Accurate. Alright. So I'm actually going to block with Spellbreaker here, because they have to double pump to eat my Spellbreaker, and then I get to down tick my Domri to have Thrashing Brontodon kill the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So it's going to absorb some of my resources here, but this does allow me to get the Knight off the table. Revel in devastation. (6 a.m. to 3 p.m. sleep cycle. Sounds not ideal. Children are like animals, they can smell fear. They are essentially animals. I was gonna say we're about to get cleaved here, but I have double Brontodon in play, right? So it just, like, doesn't matter. They have a Stomp? This Bonecrusher Giant? Sure, that makes sense. Spell. Sick.
I have survived Nico Bolas, and I will survive you. We're gonna tear you apart.
Alright. If they don't have a haste idiot here, or a removal spell, we're in a good spot. Alright, so we're dead. Nothing else we can do. I always forget the adventures have names and not just creatures. Yes, they are very specific quests. I've got an Arboreal Grazer. This is a great reason to empty my hand. Glad I didn't hold that land like an idiot. 420 graze it, chat. Alright, I should have kept the land in my hand. It would have cleared one off my deck. One of your finest Sarkhans, please. Alright, dead. Been loving the Pioneer content live on YouTube. Awesome, Kraken. And thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate it. I think next week's going to be a double up Pioneer week. I think we're going to we're going to do some long streams next week and do 2 Pioneer decks today again. I think I trim my own cleaves in these matchups. Hellkite seems a little slow. Thanks for the 9 months, Moonlight. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What else do I want to trim here? Maybe I just don't need this many Spellbreakers. I want to leave Questing Beast in because it trades with Knights and Regisaurs. Maybe Domri's just worse than Vivien. I'd buy that for $1. I guess Vivien's kind of hard to cast. I'll split the difference. Closer and closer to the sword. The realm is well defended. I think Bant Flash with Vivien and her bow could be a decent in Historic? I have no idea, Wargame. If you put it in as a deck submission, I'll respond to it tonight. Yeah, sounds fine. I'm gonna be a little bit greedy and bottom the Fabled Passage here since I have Paradise Druid. Yeah, the Team of Fires deck has been great. Excited. I'm excited for Pioneer to stabilize a little bit so I can really add more decks to my website. I've been a little bit cautious about what exactly I've been adding up there since I don't really want to, like, pay for artwork on things that are going to get banned. I don't mind paying for art, for graphic stuff to be done. I just would prefer I get some longer term value out of it. No blocks. Really? Oh, is this this is the stupid 3-1, right? That's what this is. So I don't really want to play Questing Beast and attack here. I'm just gonna pass and hold up Stomp. And if it's not the 3-1, it's a removal spell, and I also would prefer not to play Questing Beast into a removal spell or get my Paradise Druid killed. So, like, holding Stomp up here is good against either of their two situations. Yeah, sweet. Sniffed it out, chat. There has been a lot of Oko. Wouldn't be super surprised if that card didn't survive. I'm not gonna attack here because this way. Oh, you know what? I should have stomped this, right? If I'd have stomped this, I couldn't get Embercleave this turn. We're gonna get Cleave this turn. It's because I messed up. Yeah. Yep. I deserve this. Yep. All right. Messed that game up real bad. Should have stomped the Gutter Bone so they couldn't cleave me. The fact that they weren't willing to attack with the recursive creature should have been a flag to me that, like, they were setting up for Cleveland, so they really needed it. I think I'm pretty happy with this list overall. We've got 4 Shifting Ceratops in the sideboard. I think that's probably the best thing you could do in the blue-green flash matchup, but honestly, I'd expect that matchup to be bad no matter what you do. Our deck's just got too many expensive cards in it to make that matchup really compelling. And on top of our deck being a little bit clunky, which makes us bad against their counterspells, their go over the top cards and Nissa and Hydrate Graces are both very, very good against what our deck's looking to get set up to do. So I'm pretty happy with the 75. I don't think I would change it, but I do expect the blue-green flash matchup to be hard. So if you're expecting to play against a lot of that, I wouldn't recommend this deck. That being said, like, while we played against some of it on the ladder today, there is still a big variety of things people are doing. So I don't know that having a bad flash matchup would necessarily discourage me from playing that deck if it was something I really wanted to do. All right, we're going to do one more deck today. We're going to take another crack at Black-Red Fires. Now that we know what to watch for with the auto tap, we're going to go ahead and quit a quick ad roll while we get set up for this one. We'll be back in a few, folks. Thanks for hanging out today. There was actually a ton of blue-white control in the deck dumps. It won 2 of the 3 Pioneer events on Magic Online this weekend. It won a PTQ and the challenge. Neat, Kraken. Yeah, that might be an avenue to explore if Oko ends up getting banned. I do agree that 4-mana Nickel Bolas sounds really good. But a lot of people were playing it. We don't know that, Ewok, so we don't know the starting distributions of decks, which is something to keep in mind in general when looking at MTGO data. So we don't know if, like, everyone playing it did well or if it only did well because everyone was playing it. Like, that's not something we have access to the information. Do I live in the metro area of Chicago? No, I live like 2 hours south of Chicago. Center of the cornfields. The Bloomington normal area. So the number of blue-white control decks that posted results, Ewok, I would expect is more than a couple of noodles on the wall. I would bet that there's a lot of people playing it, but like there were a lot of finishes if you go look at it. If you go look at the results. Hey, thanks for the biddies. Finished finals and did better than I thought. One more year of undergrad. Hey, congrats on making it down the line. Slow and steady. Hey, Zekthin, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate you keeping me around. More Pioneer, keep it up. Sounds good. We're gonna do next week's gonna be a big week for Pioneer. We're also gonna do a bunch of Pioneer on Friday this week. Is my plan. All right.